Sunrise Farms coming at you this morning. So there are milestone moments in life. First car, first date, first kid, first home, first. This right here, folks, is a milestone moment in my life. You're like, what are you talking about? Those are just grapes. Well, let me explain. So you're thinking, Dave, they're just grapes. Nah, they're not just grapes. So, a little bit over exaggeration with the milestone moments, but this is a milestone moment for me. I got to tell a story. I got to share the story with the world. Stories are what make us, right? Make us who we are, what we are, where we came from. So when I was a little boy, 11, 12 years old, we'd get up in the morning, we'd have breakfast, clean up, and we'd go play baseball. I had this friend, his name was Eric. He lived by my great-grandmother's house and my grandmother. They lived across the street from each other, and he lived down at the end of the street. And I'd go get him or he'd come get me, and we would play baseball in my grandma's vacant lot. She bought the second lot next to her house. So it was a vacant field. We'd play baseball in this field for hours and hours and hours. And I'm talking summertime, 90, 95 degrees. I remember the first time I ever watched rain move in. I looked out and it was coming down the street to where we were playing ball. That's the first time I ever actually saw the rain move into where I was. And we would just play baseball. We'd just play baseball for hours, and this is the late 70s, so we were Alan Trammell, we were Mark Fidrich, we were Reggie Jackson, we were, Pete Rose, not really Pete Rose, Rod Carew, we were these guys, and we were playing ball. And usually it was just one-on-one baseball, and we'd set up rules where if you hit it here, it's a single, hit it there, double, hit it there, it's a triple, hit it over there, it's a foul ball, hit it there, it's an out. If I got to go chase it in the weeds, you're out. And then other times I'd get in the neighborhood, kids would come down and they would play. Sometimes my own family would come and play ball with us. I can remember my grandma out there pitching one time, and she struck somebody out or something. And she just kind of turns around and she gives us that, that, see, I can do that, And so anyway, the story goes like this. My grandma had these huge grapevines that grew in the field that was kind of like the lot line, the property line between her lot and the neighbor's house, okay? And my Aunt Janet taught me how to pick these grapes and eat them. And they were a little bit tart, but we'd eat them. And, she even said it's okay to eat the seeds. Now, I don't know if she's picking on, I was like her little brother, so I don't know if she's picking on me or if that's a true statement. To this day, I don't know if it's a true statement, but I sometimes eat the seeds. So we would play ball. And hours and hours and hours and hours and hours. And then we would get some sweet tea. My grandma, my great-grandma, what's my great-grandma? We call it grandma. And we'd get sweet tea, and we'd have some sweet tea, and we would go sit when we got hot and sweaty and tired, or in between games, we'd go sit under the shade of these grapevines, and we would eat these grapes. We would pick them from the vine and eat them, as my aunt had taught me to do. And then we just sit there and we just talk baseball. And then, you hit 12, 13, you start talking about music and girls. And so that's my coming of age time, And these little suckers were a huge part of that. So I've lived in Tennessee, a while now, and I've tried to grow these now for 6 years. And the first thing is about growing grapes, you got to live where you plant them long enough to reap the benefits. Which the first house, we didn't do that. We had grapes, but they never turned, they never ripened, so we never got to have any or pick any. So then we planted them when we moved to this house, and this is our third year here. And this is the first round of what I showed you up there, and these is the first round of ripe grapes that we can actually eat. So it's been a long time coming, like almost 7 years coming, to just taste this taste once again. And, it takes me right back to 11, 12 years old. And it's funny how something can do that to you. And I can remember my mom be like, don't you eat all them grapes. You're going to have a bellyache. They'll give you a bellyache. Don't you be eating all them grapes. It's going to give you a bellyache. And she wasn't wrong, but did we listen? No, we just ate them grapes and ate them grapes and ate them grapes. And it was just, and I don't even know if the grapevine belonged to my grandma or if it was the neighbors. I have a vague memory in there somewhere of getting yelled at sometimes for picking them, but I don't know if that's something, that's one of those foggy memories that I don't know if it happened or if I'm just remembering something that didn't happen. So if any of my family's watching and leave it in the comments if those were grandmas or if those were the neighbors. But man, I've been trying to grow these things for that long. So this morning, a milestone moment in my life, and I'm gonna I'm going to taste a memory. And I'm going to eat the seed. And I'm going to close my eyes. And if Boston was playing, or the Cars, or Bob Seger, I'd be right there again. It's just really cool how a taste can do that. And it's just really cool. All the gardens that we've done, and the pumpkins we've grown, and the corn, and, you know, all the videos you watch here, the things we've grown. This is probably my proud moment. Sunrise Farms, corny story about my childhood. Thanks for indulging me. Thanks for watching. And I'm going to go get myself a bellyache. I love you, Mom.